Hello folks of YouTube, I'm Essel. Welcome to the Essel_News Hour week of June 3rd edition. This is the pre-E3 covering the announcements of announcements show. So join us. This is going to be a great rundown of some of the week's stuff, including the Warhammer announcements. This is Warhammer Skulls week, I believe it's called. So huge Warhammer announcements. We got a lot of headlines in the middle. And, you know, we've got a Far Cry 6 thing to scrub through at the end. So lots of news on its own terms, but as well, this is our E3 prep week. So join us for the E3 prep and let's dig in. First and foremost, Psychonauts 2 gameplay. I've not seen this. Let's go.
When you think of the original Psychonauts, what comes to mind?
I have not played it.
The wacky characters, the bonkers story. For many, the 2005 title is so beloved because of its use of colorful and distinct brain levels to keep the world feeling fresh and interesting. Everything we've seen thus far of Psychonauts 2 paints a familiar picture for fans of the franchise, with developer Double Fine putting Raz smack dab into some of the wildest minds we've seen yet. Here's an exclusive look at one of the new levels fans will be playing through when we finally get our hands on the game later this year.
Dude, I love the look here. It's crazy.
In Psychonauts 2, Raz enters the mind of Hollis Forsyth, second in command of the Psychonauts, to fix a mistake he created in his teacher's mind.
Looks like Hollis had a spontaneous change in her worldview, unrelated to my inappropriate meddling with her thoughts.
Yeah.
Who am I kidding? I need to find Hollis's quiet room again and break that bad mental connection.
The psychic organization is starting to go bankrupt, and Forsyth believes gambling could be the way to save them all after Raz inadvertently uses his mental connection ability to connect the two ideas. When Raz enters the psychic portal to Hollis's mind, he finds there's more going on in here than the simple spinning of a few roulette wheels. Hollis has connected the casino theme with a past trauma of her days working at a hospital, and there's a lot of damage Raz needs to work his way through.
So it's a casino hospital. That's fascinating.
Explore Hollis's brain in a 2.5D section as he relives the days when Hollis's hospital supervisor stole her life's work and claimed it for his own.
Another life saved by the Forsyth method. The POTS method? POTS. It was my invention. That intern merely transcribed my...
Dude, the Foley on that is gross.
Apologies. POTS?
The hospital meets high roller theme isn't only reserved for the
Pill Inco!
As you traverse Forsyth's cranium, players will observe skeletons walking the casino floors, medically themed artwork hanging from the walls, and more.
Oh, this is
What's a good
genius.
casino without a few games to play, right? In a bizarre morgue mini hub world, Raz will have his choice on where he'll want to explore. Today we're going into the pharmacy section to play Pilinko to get one step further towards saving the mind of his teacher.
Oh
In this
man,
Pachinko
art direction
inspired minigame,
is super
Raz's goal
genius.
is to ride the pill into the stomach to win the cash prize. But as you can see here, his way is blocked off and will have to further traverse the casino meets hospital if he wants to prevail over his mistakes.
Casino meets
In order to
hospital
do
is
that, though, Raz will need to use
genius.
the power that got him into this mess to escape this neon-soaked nightmare. Using his new psi power, Mental Connection, Raz will be able to partake in the perilous platforming found deep within Hollis's mind. Zipping from platform to platform by connecting new ideas and nodes allows our hero to fly above the space and hopefully do enough to get the Psychonauts' second
This looks very slick.
back on track. Hey friends, Alex Stadnick from GM.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Thanks for Game Informer for making this. I didn't realize this was like a Game Informer narrated one, but here it is. Hey, true. Sega. Okay, so like I've not played a lot of Warhammer, but I was very hyped watching this earlier. This is a very hyped trailer.
Insatiable bloodlust. We are his savagery incarnate. The epitome of brutality. Rewarded for our ferocity. Join our relentless hunt. Enact the wrath of the blood god. Unleash your fury. Blood for the blood god. Skulls for the skull throne.
He said the thing. He said the thing. Hey, say the line. He said the line. What more can you want? He said the line. That's all I needed to hear. Cool demons. He said the line. Oh, give me the Sega eyeball. Yeah, love the Sega eyeball. Okay, yeah, I've got nothing to say other than the blood for the blood god, skulls for the skull throne. That's a sick line. One of the all-time classic lines you can have in anything. It's great. Love it. Warhammer, Total War Warhammer I've not played yet. I have heard the first two are very enjoyable. There's also content coming out for Total War Warhammer 2 in the current year as well. Crysis Remastered Trilogy. Oh, hold on. That was important dialogue. He said the thing.
The Seth tore us down at the Lingshan Islands. But that was just Hargreave testing the water. He knew what we'd find buried out there. He just wanted to see what the nanosuits would do when we found it. Maximum speed.
Maximum armor. Say the line, please.
Hargreave was right. The suit changes all the rules.
Say maximum armor, please. My favorite line.
I had to come back with what I found.
Man. He said the line. There we go.
You and me, Marine.
I'm satisfied
we
now.
don't get to die just yet. We gotta go back. Back where we're needed.
Yeah, I don't know how Crysis is going to hold up in the current year. I remember Crysis when I first played it being a very enjoyable experience, because like Crysis got its name made for being hard to run on your computer. That was why people played Crysis back in whenever Crysis came out. When did it come out? Crysis came out in 2007. And at the time, late aughts, early 2010s, it was very much a like, oh, this game is so cool because it makes your computer not run it. Like, that was the whole thing. It turns out it was also like a pretty competent shooter that has some fans. So glad that the game is being re-released. I haven't played 2 or 3. I know very little about them. But the first game was an enjoyable FPS. Had some really cool core mechanics. As I mentioned, joking about the maximum armor, maximum power, maximum speed thing. This suit's a lot of fun to use, and yeah, it's going to look pretty, so nice. Speaking of things that look pretty, this looks more pretty than Crysis, easily. Very weird, but one of the coolest things. Dude, what? I'm so mad about this. How dare they? Like, what? How do you make a game look this good? I ask you? Like, the ray tracing is incredible. So this is, like, I think literally... almost literally Captain Toad's Adventures, whatever that game is called. It's called Captain Toad, right? This is just the Captain Toad missions. It's, it's a diorama-based platformer. Which means it's Captain Toad. I mean, he also takes some cues from Monument Valley, I'm sure. But... and its own thing, maybe. But, I mean, it's gorgeous. This is really just like an engine, I think, more or less. I think from what I understand of this, it's basically just an engine. It's a glorified tech demo puzzle game, and sometimes glorified tech demo puzzle games are enough. The game is really, 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 really pretty. It's flexing this RTX technology. And you know what? Good for them. Good little puzzle game. Down for that. Tech demo puzzle games are great. Speaking of things that are... well, no, that's wrong. I was trying to segue by saying tech demo, but like No Man's Sky is like good now. So I don't know. Speaking of visual fidelity, I should say. How did this happen? Like, how did this happen? Like, this looks really good. This is gonna, like, just speaking of things that destroy your computer, though, this is gonna be brutal on the CPU, I'm sure. I can't imagine this will be good for your frame rate.
Stars are now visible in space and night skies. New warp effects show greater depth and detail. Screen space reflections allow new reflective materials.
Like what?
Many biomes have increased detail and draw distances. Particle effects have been enhanced.
This looks so good. Visually.
Interiors have been improved
To be clear,
materials and lighting.
I don't know what the game is about still.
Explore the universe like never before.
Yeah.
Our journey continues.
No, this game is extremely widely respected now, dude. They didn't even like lose face at the end of things. They lost face for a while. This game was a meme game. Sorry, game, yeah, sure. Makes sense. But good for them. Like, phenomenal. I'd love to hear this. This is such an incredible success story. Turning around from like literally the most hated and joked about game on the market to one of the most beloved is I don't know how that happened. I don't know how that happened, but genius and good for them. And I love to see this. Like, this game's like 5 years old. This is like they've been working on this. That's really impressive. So doing a massive 3.5 update like this with, you know, this huge graphical overhaul, really exciting and shows they're committed to the long haul. So good for them and looking forward to more. We'll be back to trailers at the end of the show. If you want to see more trailers, make sure you stick around. But in the meantime, we got some headlines. So today we're gonna bring along the 25-year legend, the Legend of Zelda remix album from OC Remix 2011. Let's hit it for our tunes during this portion. So real quick, E3 schedule. It's coming. That's it. June 12th, June 15th. We're gonna talk about some of the items. That's really it, though. If you want to look at this, it's in the YouTube description or e3expo.com/news, etc. Of notes, Devolver, June 12th. Guess who's back? I'm very excited for this. I'm very excited. The Devolver show is always one of the highlights of E3 as a deconstruction of the industry that year. So very much looking forward to this. This is always a highlight, so you know I'll be there if I'm awake for it. This one I will be here, June 15th, noon Eastern, unless I have something big going on. I don't think I do. It's a Tuesday. I can't imagine I would. 40 minutes of Switch announcements. Like, this is gonna be big. This is about. I keep complaining about Nintendo not having anything on their slate. And then they do one of these. So it's like right about the time when Nintendo's like out of stuff on their slate, we need one of these. So it's just boom. It's like exclusively on software, as Hydra pointed out. This is just going to be like running it down with announcements, and those are always very effective. So looking forward to this. I would expect to see something about Breath of the Wild 2. I don't know if we're going to be getting a release date. I would expect it late next year, maybe. I don't know. It's hard to say with that game. I think if they announced it this year, I would be surprised. It may not be late next year, but I would be surprised if it was announced for a 2021 release. That said, Nintendo doesn't have much for the winter lineup, so it's possible, but we'll find out. Squeenix, June 13th. Again, we will also attempt to be there, 3:15 on the 13th. That's not a Sunday. Isn't that what Microsoft is? September this year? That will be wild. It's June. And there's been no confirmation the game exists yet. So I would be shocked. Microsoft is before, so I will be online a bunch on Sunday. In that case, so Microsoft is from 1 to 2 p.m. It looks ish, maybe a little more. So we'll probably be online most of that Sunday then. So Microsoft's right before this on Sunday the 13th. Square Enix is back at E3, which is exciting with their presents. So looking forward to it. Obviously, Babylon's Fall. I haven't thought of this for 500 years. World premiere from IDOS. That's exciting. we'll see more. We'll see more, of course. Looking forward to it. I'm assuming we're going to get a little bit of detail on FF16, like a little bit of another teaser. Some more fuel for the fire, right? They have to mention it. They can't let us forget about it. Probably a little bit of that new one, whose name I keep forgetting. Project A something, right? That one, yeah. Intriguingly, Battlefield. Okay. Was not expecting this, honestly. So interested to see where this goes. Battlefield's fallen off a little bit. They have not been able to keep up in the BR age. I know they're teasing something, right? Is this the like return to form game? I can't remember. Or are we just speculating on that? Either way, hoping for a return to form. They could do well, I think, with a return to form Battlefield right now. Speaking of other, vague announcements, that's pretty exciting. This is pretty exciting. This is a super small news bit. This is just a little headline. That's it. SMT staff is making a new game. Yup. Okay. I mean, that's exciting. We don't know what this could be. It's like literally 1 week away, so we'll know next Thursday. So it's not really a huge amount of time to wait, so we're just going to wait for that, but keep your eyes peeled because that ought to be exciting. Also exciting, yay! Bloodstained rocks. Bloodstained rocks. I'm really excited to see a sequel for it. And we'll find out. We're going to find out what that means as well. Looking forward to an official reveal for this, of course, but in the meantime, excited for confirmation. I believe this was like pretty much greenlit as soon as the first game did so well. So looking forward to seeing this game being released. I mean, Bloodstained was, I think to a fault, very much a Symphony of the Night game. But Symphony Night is very good to this day. Unlike Banjo, like when you make, Ukulele and you're very consistent about your commitment to it being a follow-up to Banjo, you make a game that's like not that good, unfortunately. When you make a follow-up to Symphony of the Night, you make a game that is very good. Is the hot take I will leave you with today. Not that hot. Kind of cold. Other just like real quick snappy headlines today. Santa Monica. Ragnarok's coming out 2022. That's it. That's it. Oh yeah, no, I'm not saying it's like bad. I'm just saying more so that that era of rare platformers is going to be substantially more divisive than other stuff, and we've learned a lot about 3D movement since then. Yeah. So anyway, that's the whole piece of news there. Other real snappy news. MH Rise, 7 million copies. This is nuts, honestly. This is, I don't know, I don't play Rise yet. But as somebody who's played Monster Hunter for not that long, I've only played since 4U. Man, this is crazy. That's a lot of copies for a Monster Hunter game. World blew up the series in a way that I think people weren't anticipating, and this is very exciting. So glad to see the series is doing so well. Looking forward to more. Yeah, I mean, it's like this is big sales. This is like 7 million is like that's sales. Like good stuff. Oh, I didn't know that. Am I gonna wait 6 months to play Rise on PC? No, absolutely not. Okay, anyway, speaking of numbers of sales and players, this is a lot of people. And I want to shout out the mobile announcement as well. I think that's like pretty relevant for the industry news stuff. That's a big deal. Valorant Mobile is probably going to do really well. I don't know how you do a CSGO on mobile, but that's a lot of players. That's a lot of players. That's not like 14 million unique accounts made so far, but that's 14 million average monthly players. That's a lot. This is a year out. The game's doing well. Wow, there's can't. Oh yeah. No, I mean that's the thing. Like mobile, like Call of Duty mobile does really well. That sounds like something I'd be like, oh yeah, okay. I'm sure people will play it, but like Call of Duty mobile like routinely tops the App Store. This is probably gonna do really well. I don't know how TFT does, but yeah, I haven't checked to see how Wild Rift is doing, I guess, but yeah, man, that's a lot. That's a lot of people. So I haven't played it yet myself, but interested. I'm tempted to check it out at some point. I've watched a little bit. It does seem very, very engaging. Okay, this is super quick, even quicker than the other news. Frostpunk is free on the EGS until June 10th. Please go claim it if you haven't played Frostpunk. The game is very good. That's all I'm saying. That's the whole piece of news. I'm just confirming that Frostpunk is a good game that you should play. Because it is. Is it painful? Yes. Is it a difficult RTS game? RTS sim kind of thing? Yes. Very. But it is very good. Worth claiming for free. Alright. I played it on stream like probably 2 years ago now. It's good. It's good. Alright, here we go. Warhammer. So we're in the back half now. If you are not here for the longer trailer portion of the evening, that's okay. I don't blame you. Thanks for being here. If you did, consider subscribing to the channel if you liked what you saw to find more showcases like this. And I'll be back next week and throughout all of E3 with all of the E3 shows. So come on by for more. Hopefully I'll see you then. Otherwise, for the rest of you, keep watching. So this is Warhammer Darktide. Warhammer 40k, excuse me. Which is like Vermintide, but for 40k. Oh, this is like, hold on. I'm sorry. Did they not actually update it? Oh, they didn't actually. I'm sorry. This is like a. Oh, here we go. It's like that looked like weirdly low quality. There we go. Okay, we have the resolution now. People scalping that video, I guess. Now we got some resolution. Okay. Long story short on Vermintide, it's Warhammer universe Left 4 Dead. That's the whole pitch. It's a little more loot focused.
We chose to focus on humans because humans are actually the heart and soul of the entire 40k universe. And to play as a human being really emphasizes the vulnerability, the survival horror aspect of it.
We wanted to take that feeling of vulnerability and work it into the game. Make sure that you need to have these moments where other people in your party can take that center stage and make sure that you're working together as a unit.
I'm too
You'll have your moment.
The green screen's too novel still.
Each other to survive.
Having too much fun with it still.
When I started writing for the 40k universe, writing novels for the 40k universe, the first thing I wrote, and the thing I've written more of than anything else, is a series called Gaunt's Ghosts, which is about the regular human infantry. And the reason I chose to do that, and the reason I've kept doing that, is because the human point of view is often the most interesting and telling point of view in the entire universe. The setting is a planet called Atoma Prime, and in particular a city called Tertium. But Tertium isn't just a city, it's a hive city, so it's the size of a continent.
Art direction is amazing.
Because it's a vital imperial holding. It's essentially the
absolutely gorgeous concept art.
Area of space, and of course it's home to billions of loyal imperial citizens. So it's not the sort of thing you want to lose, but it's also a way for chaos to get into the Imperium, which they can't allow to happen. And the player starts as a prisoner and then is recruited by the Inquisition, which is one of the most powerful authorities in the 40k Imperium.
To gain the trust of the Inquisition, you need to go on missions. You do that in the hub by going to a mission board where you're served a variety of options to prove your worth to the Inquisition. You go in, you work as a team to solve these problems. If you survive, you'll make it back to the hub where you continue this process, building more and more trust, which will unlock more things for you to do.
So this focus on survival made me question if there's something about this is roguelike, you know?
For the best part of 2 decades. But to do it in the form of a game where we're creating a deeply realized environment that can actually be explored by the players, that's a very, very different thing to writing a book or a comic. I can't wait for you to experience our game and to hear your reactions as you get to explore this part of the 40k universe for the first time. I hope you survive it long enough to learn all of its secrets.
The frame rate looks like it might struggle a little bit, right? Dude, they keep saying humans, but like, how did that one guy get so big? That's all I'm saying. Okay.
First two story chapters. In the first two story chapters
Oh.
that I previewed last week
Okay. Did not realize this was going to be another one of those preview bits.
of Neo, The World Ends With You, the world of Shibuya is balanced comfortably between fresh.
Hey, that's a Persona reference. I'm joking. But we did just play this in Persona as well.
I'm introduced immediately
Bulgur and they're genetically modified. Oh, okay. That makes sense.
to the cautious and straightforward protagonist Rindo and his laid-back and cheerful best friend Fret. A brief prologue sets up.
I do not know anything about The World Ends With You.
An alternate version of the real-world Shibuya, where people who have died
I would-
get a second chance at life.
Would like Isekai. I would like to play the first one before this one comes out. Maybe we're just gonna let this one slide for now. We're just gonna scrub through. Love the environments. There's this very like stylized. I think this is almost, it reminds me a little bit of Jet Set Radio, when this kind of like super stylized, super saturated, really kind of like comic looking almost take on a city. I think that's very cool. That's a very Persona looking kind of vibe. I'm only going to refer to this game by comparing it to other games I've decided. That's probably a bad move. But that's how we're starting this bit, so that's how we're going to end it. Oh, hold on, let's see combat. Oh, okay, right.
Each party member can equip a single pin at a time.
Okay.
Each of which is mapped to a different control.
Pins, that's kind of like Paper Mario.
The types of pin attacks spanning melee slashes, bursts of flames, spikes of ice, long distance beams, and far more will instantly be familiar to veterans of the first game.
This looks really slick.
Pin in combat hands the player control of whichever character it's equipped to, allowing quick swaps between close and ranged attacks and fun combo setups. Though the game's early hours weren't enough to assess how deep this new system goes, I was impressed with how natural it all immediately felt, despite its on-paper differences from the DS game.
Yeah. That's sick. Very, very cool. The series is renowned for its music. There's an anime coming out next season.
In fact, much of Neo felt intimately familiar.
Yeah, I just made the joke with like this bit looks a little Persona-y, right? But I think this is very much its own thing. Really, really cool visual art direction.
Focused on finishing the preview content in the time allotted to me because I was so eager to explore UG Shibuya
Dude,
like I had years ago.
this is extremely peak Square fashion.
By scanning the thoughts of passersby, I hunted down and defeated a secret pig noise, a rare monster that makes its return in Neo. I chained noise battles together in hopes of winning rare pins off enemies.
This sounds like a lot of mechanics that I don't know anything about, so we're gonna come back to this later. Anyway, that's the Neo, The World Ends With You, coming out, October, I think? No? Neo, The World Ends With You? Neo, The World Ends With You comes out in July. I'm sorry, not October. Month and change. We do not have that long to play The World Ends With You. So stay tuned. Maybe this is a sneak preview for SL content coming up soon. Okay. This one we're not watching all 40 minutes of. That would make it over the SL_news hour. It's really the SL_news half hour. You know what I mean? But we do want to watch some of this. This is a chunky one. Oh, that's why. I was like, I feel like it wasn't actually 40 minutes because they did upload the whole thing apparently. Okay, we can maybe watch 10 minutes of it. Okay. Far Cry 6. Giancarlo Esposito. That's all I need to know.
Señor Presidente, what can true Yarans do to serve Yara?
True Yarans have long memories. We remember how so-called civilized nations treated us when we needed them most.
Are you concerned about the terroristas who call themselves Libertad?
Dude, that really is Giancarlo Esposito.
You're an orphan, see? Why do you want to run? Remember, Danny?
Pog. You can play as a female protagonist. Pog.
I only see you
So why are you here?
I watched Castillo order a whole boat of our people shot to death. And I want to know who's going to help me take him down.
Okay.
Castillo's got, what, 300,000 troops? I count 6 burnt-out guerrillas, and you with a bullet to the leg.
You can shoot, so shoot.
You have rules. You might kill, but you're no killer.
You know I'm not a guerrilla, right?
Everything got another purpose.
It's got style, it's oozing style. It's got a vibe.
That usually work.
50-50.
How far would you go for revenge?
Those eyes, Danny. I know exactly who you are.
I am nothing like you.
Right? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So anyway, then they go into a little bit of a deep dive, talk about the game, the characters. I want to see if we can find the cool weapon showcase, because there were some very funny weapons.
You got that right.
That part was cool, right?
What?
Nah, you can't listen. Not bad, Danny. But we're just getting started.
Yeah, right?
Rule number 1. A good guerrilla is a hidden guerrilla.
Muerto el perro, se acabó la rabia.
We lead our operations in secret camps across the country. Here, guerrillas live, train.
Okay. Gotta say, Domino's minigame confirmed is pretty big. Playing Domino's is good.
Small pack. We go in, grab our people, kill whoever gets in our way. By smuggling in supplies, you'll add some piss and fire to our movement. You got that right. Camp chef, market dealers. These safe havens got everything a guerrilla needs. Even do-it-yourself vehicles.
The vehicle is pretty sweet.
You're gonna love it, Danny. Rule number 2. A good guerrilla masters their environment. This land is your home, Danny. I'm sure you know every...
Like, really, really gorgeous
bloodthirsty jungles, postcard
environments. Like, really well realized environments.
and our friendly capital city.
This is the thing, I always am loath to admit it because I don't really like big open world realist games, but like, as engines get stronger and stronger, we're creating more realistic representations of the world, and each generation does make it look better.
How you get around is up to you.
Good girl.
If you want to play it safe, take our secret paths carved in the dirt of old revolutions. Hola, Danny.
How you doing?
Or take a risk and operate in plain
Like Liars,
sight
Dyson,
of
right? Red
Castillo's
Dead, yeah.
assholes.
Yep. Gotta have games within your games.
Hide your weapons to blend in. Bribes,
What do you got?
sabotage, interception.
I don't know why they emphasized holstering your weapons to blend in. That does seem kind of obnoxious as a mechanic.
You don't always need
Makes
to be
sense,
loud
but...
mouth, Danny.
Christmas trees? Do you even grow those here?
Mexicans pay crazy money for this. How you think El Presidente funded Maria's new face?
Okay. Go through.
Okay.
Rule number 3. Fucked up situations call for fucked up solutions.
You said a bad word.
Hey, he's not here.
If you expected reinforcements, I got news for you. You're an army of one against an army of thousands. And when shit gets real, we make use of whatever we have. We call that
What?
resolver. That means absolutely everything from sardine cans, goddamn batteries, to old motorcycle engines has been built into equipment.
I'm assuming this is all craftable stuff. For salvaging it.
Unique, deadly
This is, come on, dude.
weapons.
Like,
This, the Supremo backpacks.
that seems pretty fun.
Yours truly. Each one will make you feel and fight with the
That's pretty fun.
guerrilla army.
The backpacks are sick. Looks like, again, they're not taking themselves too seriously, which is crucial.
You want this? For a guerrilla. For a guerrilla that shit my pants rush of an ambush. The taste of sweet victory after you freed your people from tyrants.
It's fun.
The game is fun. Confirmed.
Oh, and the final rule. A good guerrilla always brings a friend along for moral support.
I believe, if I remember correctly, from like after this on the stream, they confirmed the dog was named Chorizo. And that's all the news you need for today. That's the best piece of news you'll get all week. This dog, who can be your friend in the game, this is Chorizo. That's the best thing I've ever heard. Incredible. Anyway, Far Cry 6, I have no idea if I'm going to play this or not, to be honest with you. I have a weird history with the big open world games, and I'm just not always that interested in them. I do want to play some of the Far Cry's. I might play like Far Cry 3 at some point to get a feel for it. But yeah, I don't know that I vibe with the Ubisoft Radio Tower gameplay thing, that whole loop. So unsure how I will feel about it, but I do think the systems look really engaging. There's so many, just everything. There's just so much of everything in this game, and it's got great style, great art direction, gorgeous environments. What more could you want, right? Seemingly a strong core drama. Like, what more could you ask for? So that's what I got for the week, folks. I'm Essel. This is the Essel _News Hour. Hopefully I will see you next week for the next one. Join us live on Twitch. I stream all of these live on Thursdays, 8 p.m. Eastern, twitch.tv/Essel_TV, and I stream every day, Sunday through Thursday at the same time. Hopefully I will see you live soon, and I will also be here, of course, to cover every major E3 stream that I can be here for. So if you want to see live commentary and reactions, come on by to the stream. And of course, these will be uploaded all as VODs as well if you want to watch them after the fact. Hopefully I will see you all very soon. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you want to see more like this. Hit the bell if you want notifications. You know the drill. Hopefully I'll see you soon. Until next time. Peace.